Good afternoon. Welcome to the Muscle of Yarn podcast. And we forgot our meerkat again.
She made an appearance. So people know she's still with us because
Yes.
she made an appearance last week.
Yes. Sorry. See, I've already derailed us. We're 20 seconds into the real podcast. And I've already derailed us. So this is a podcast about knitting, spinning, crochet. We're coming to you from our yarn shop in Shelburne, Vermont. And you can find the store out on all social media as Must Love Yarn.
Yep.
And please feel free to follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, join our awesome Ravelry group, and see what other shenanigans we're up to in those places.
Yep.
Yep.
And our knit alongs and crochet alongs put on
we're starting a new knit along.
Ravelry.
And Kelly started a crochet along.
I did last week.
Yeah.
So you're not too late to join in.
Nope, for either of them.
Right.
And I'm Angela.
And I'm Kelly.
And you can find me out on social media, Instagram and Ravelry as a Junior Bird Kid.
And you can find me on Instagram as Kelly O Spins, and you can find me on Ravelry as Kelly Spins.
Yep. And we do have a mascot. It's a meerkat named Gage, a stuffed meerkat, not an actual legit real meerkat. So that would be pretty fun.
The store would always be a mess. There'd be like yarn everywhere.
I'd be like, that's just Gage. Sorry.
There'd be like meerkat peeking out of like all the boxes. They'd probably like love
The
it.
doorbell rings and like the meerkat sits up. What's going on? What's going on?
That's like Winnie.
Yeah.
Winnie's kind of our meerkat.
That'd be cool. So Gage has an Instagram page that you can also follow. It's been very quiet lately because I'm the one that runs it, and many reasons. So I'm gonna try to get better about making that page a little more active because it's fun because you can do shenanigans, and at some point we got to pull prizes from the hashtag.
I know
for pocket meerkats because we do. I have one that's in my bag because we still have some pocket meerkats.
Yep.
And these pocket meerkats have been all over the place.
I know. They've traveled far and wide.
Traveled far and wide, done amazing things, gone amazing places, and have gone into some shenanigans of sorts, which is amazing. So it's...
Some of our local knitters took a meerkat to DFW a little bit ago.
Yep.
That was fun.
Yes. There's whole stories told about what meerkat's up to, pocket meerkat's up to. Some of our viewers are incredibly creative and very funny.
I know.
So it's about time. We'll pull together some prizes. Maybe we should do some meerkat prizes. Hashtag MLY meerkat prizes next week.
That's fun.
That would be fun. So, all right. So we did all of our intros. I don't know where I am.
Oh, crap.
Oh, no.
It's fine. I'm just going to fix it.
Did you give your social media stuff?
I did.
Okay, good. I literally can't remember, even though it's like a minute ago.
It's okay.
We started talking about Gage.
Right.
So we like to start our podcast with pick of the week, and this week we have kind of a special pick for you because we have double picks. We brought back the double picks for this week.
Yeah, we did.
So
because we wanted to show you a new yarn, but we also wanted to give you one that relates to one of the knit alongs too.
Yes. So let's start with the knit along yarn.
Okay. An option for your knit along yarn.
Yes.
Anyhow.
Yes. So this is Sugar Bush Yarns. This is our drizzle. It's a mohair.
Yep.
And it's a 25 gram skein.
Yep.
It comes in a lot of colors, and we have a lot of their colors.
Yep. It's a 76% super kid mohair, which means super soft, and 24% silk. And
These retail for $9.95.
$9.95.
Yep.
There's 219 yards on one of these, and there's some of the colors that we've got in stock. I think there's maybe only one or two that are missing the pink. Pink's not in here, but Anne's just going to show you the pink.
I'm going to show you some of these.
It's more of a bubblegum pink. This looks sort of pinkish on here, but this is more purpley, like magenta, and the other pink is a true pink.
Yep.
So that's one of them.
Yep. And Why don't we do the coupon code as just weekly pick drizzle?
Okay. I
Does
think
that
we've
work?
done
We've
it before, so it might be an issue, but I can delete the old one.
Okay, so let's let's do a unique one. Sorry. We'll put it at the bottom of the screen so you know what we fully decide on. Weekly pick meerkat. We haven't done that one before, have we?
I don't know.
Weekly pick.
Yeah, you're not gonna want to do Stromboli.
Probably not.
You could do
Weekly pick spring.
We've done that one.
Dang it.
I mean, I can delete the old ones out, so it's not an issue. But
yeah, it's kind of nice to track though to see what
how
they were used. Weekly pick purple. We done that before.
No.
Weekly pick purple. Oh my gosh. Okay. Weekly pick purple.
Weekly pick purple.
After a 20-minute discussion about what the coupon code's gonna be.
Boy.
I am punchy today. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Weekly pick purple.
Weekly pick purple. So the new yarn. So there's going to be a couple other yarns, all kind of inclusive in this because they're kind of sister yarns. So we have Barocco Mykonos in the store, which is a really cool, very drapey, super slippery kind of yarn. So it's a bit of a trick to work with, but it makes a really neat fabric. Mm-hmm. It's a linen, nylon, cotton yarn, and this is what it looks like, and we've got it in quite a few colors. So this is going to be part of the coupon code. The solids retail for $10, I'm pretty sure, and then they have stonewash, which retail for $10.99. And there's a lot of colors. There's lots of blues and grays and all kinds of colors in those. So the new yarn, so those have been around. So the Mykonos has been around a couple years. Stonewash came out last spring. But the new yarn for this yarn that's related, and Barocco did one that's similar, but I liked the colors in this company a little bit better. And this is Stromboli, and it's a Lana Grossa yarn. And it's basically the same yarn as Mykonos, but it has those really fun slubs in it. Mm. So you get really cool texture. And you see that a lot in some cotton yarns. You see that slub. You can really see them on that one really
well. Those colors are beautiful.
Aren't they great? I love that one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a
seafoam green kind
Yeah,
of.
exactly, with even greener little bits of the slubs in there. So these are really fun. And I did look at the price. I'm pretty sure it's $14.99, $14.95, something like that for these.
And are those considered a sport or a DK?
Yeah, they're right in there. The Mykonos, they consider that a DK. These guys, I think, are either sport or DK, so they're pretty interchangeable with that. Let me see if I can give you. They're 50-gram skeins, 150 meters, so like 165 yards or so on those. And it's cotton, nylon, viscose, and silk.
Nice.
In these, and these are nice because they're already on. They're on the cardboard. They've got the cardboard center and they're wrapped around because these are a trick to have to wind. Most people end up balling these up by hand because they're so slippery, and then you only ball one at a time and then pop it in like
a Ziploc bag
or something because they wanna unwind on you. So yeah, we've got the 6 colors of those in stock.
Nice.
So these guys and the Mykonos and the Drizzle are all part of this week's weekly pick, which
we didn't even tell you what that
weekly pick. Purple is the
coupon code, and it will get you 10% off any of these yarns in store or online for the next 2 weeks. And
we did a tutorial in episode 73. So if you want to know where and how to use that coupon code, you can go there.
Yep.
And find it.
Yep.
Oh, for last week's, for whatever reason, something glitchy happened and it expired after like a day. So somebody actually emailed me, a wonderful customer, local customer, and said, I tried using it, but it didn't work. But anyway,
it's been fixed.
Has been fixed. So if you saw that like soon after the podcast episode aired, so if you watched it on Saturday and tried going,
do we want to extend for another week just because of that?
We can.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
We'll add another week onto the last week's pick.
So if you tried using it and it wouldn't work for you, I apologize. That's on us. So it is working now, and I will extend that a week, and then we'll have all this other great yarn on discount.
Cool.
For a couple weeks too.
Nice.
I know. I really want to play around with the Stromboli.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I bet do they have good pattern support for it, or?
So Barocco I know does.
Okay.
Lana Grossa sometimes is a little bit slower getting their pattern support out. Barocco's really, they have great pattern support. So you could definitely check theirs because this is interchangeable with theirs. A lot of commercial yarns are made in the same mill. They just do different colorways. They offer up different colorways to different companies. So there are some patterns I know that use Barocco's version of this mixed with the Mykonos and also this on its own. Okay. So and Barocco does put all of their patterns on Ravelry, which is really nice. They're usually, sometimes they do free ones, which are available in their Knit Bits newsletter. And on their website, and they also do their other patterns are usually $6. So
nice,
yeah,
cool. Because I was thinking, even this Gretel knit in a DK sport weight would be it would be a little bit more open and super drapey and
yeah. This would actually be pretty in like a very simple tee or a tank or something like that. To throw over like a little tank.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
That's the scoop.
Nice.
Yep.
So weekly pick purple.
Weekly pick purple.
So what you wearing?
I am wearing my featherweight cardigan that I wear a lot, especially this time of year.
It's a nice transition piece.
It is. Yep. So. And it was made with fiber stash yarns and wool and vine yarns.
Yep. I want to make another featherweight.
Yeah, they're great. They're really customizable too, and easy to wear.
Yep, definitely. So I'm wearing a finished object.
Yes, you are.
Which is the humpback whale cowl. And actually, don't search for that pattern because probably the only thing that will come up is my finished object. This is the granny cowl. I think that's what the real name is called.
Yes,
granny
is.
cowl. It's crochet. Mine got nicknamed the humpback whale because I had some sort of issue, and stay tuned for the outtakes if you want to hear more about the ongoing saga with Angelo's crochet. But it's done and wearable as a finished object, and it's all turned out just fine. But I have to update the show notes because as of yesterday when I started the show notes, it was not finished. But now it is. Yay! Huzzah! Finished objects. I will say, it was fast. I am not a good crocheter. For lots of different reasons. But this was still a pretty fast project. And I bet if I if I crocheted another one, it would be even faster.
Mm-hmm.
So, now that I understand the difference between half double crochet and double crochet, things might be better. Just saying. It might go even faster. Because I probably had to do extra rows.
Yeah, you probably did because your rows were shorter, but
whatever. It's totally fine. It's a finished object. It's wearable. It looks nice. And nobody's handing out ribbons, though I did threaten to enter it into the fair to see if I could win a ribbon. because that would be ridiculous.
It's a great transition piece for this time of year.
Yes.
I've been wearing mine a lot because I tend to wear like either a long sleeve t-shirt or a t-shirt, and then either like this kind of cardigan or just like a, you know, ready to wear kind of store-bought one, in like a cotton, light cotton.
Yep.
And then if I have that piece on, then if it's a little bit cool, then I'm like perfect temperature wise.
Well, and what I've been looking for, so if you do any sort of alternative Chinese medicine, anything along those lines, this time of year it's incredibly important to keep the back of your neck covered, because this is when people get sick when we're doing these transitions. But it's too hot most of the time to have like a full-on wool scarf or a really heavy shawl. So having some lighter pieces like this still helps keep sort of the back of your neck warm, while not overheating you.
Yep.
So I like it. I think it's going to get a lot of use and a lot of wear.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been wearing mine a ton, and the nice thing, you can just toss it in the washing machine and...
Yeah. And cotton actually gets nicer if it's good quality cotton, as it's washed. Softer and just prettier sometimes.
Yep.
So. So that's the only finished object I have. I've been casting on lots of things, or getting ready to cast on more things.
Look at me go, wee!
I know. When I got here, Kelly was wanting yarn, and I'm like, what are you doing? Kelly.
Yep.
Did you buy more yarn?
Yep.
She's like, shh.
Bought more yarn.
May or may not have bought yarn for May the 4th. Star Wars yarn. Just saying. Might have.
May or may.
May or may have. May not have. But probably. It's probably on its way to me already. I resisted the urge to buy more May the 4th yarn. From Lolo Did It, who had a beautiful colorway, and I was like, you do not need more yarn. And by the time I got there, like the DK worsted was like sold out, and so I was thinking like, oh well, I'll get like a worsted or a DK, and then I can mix it with some other stuff. Like I have some color work things in mind, and it was gone. And I was like, you do not need more sock yarn. Like, back away from the sock yarn. So I resisted the urge.
Well.
And then I follow her on Instagram, and she posted this like mini rainbow mini scan kit that she was like, all of these colors match the Star Wars colorway. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I went out, that was sold out. So I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God it was sold out, because then I was doing it. It was gonna just it's bad. Bad news.
Funny.
Bad news. So I've been working on Gretel.
Nice.
Which is, I showed it last week, but I will show it again. It's this cute little tank.
Yep.
That's got this nice little rolled collar, rolled.
It's kind of like almost like a cowl.
But, a little cowl.
Yeah, but not a tall cowl.
And so the pattern calls for knitting with fingering weight yarn on a 6, so it's a really open gauge, loose gauge.
That's what this is, fingering weight on like
a
5 or 6.
Maybe
I
that's,
can't remember.
Maybe it's lace weight. I don't know what that is. Shibuya linen. Oh, fingering sport weight. Okay, so
I think some of those look like they're done in lace weight.
yeah.
There's different options for different.
So there's different options. One of the versions I saw that I was like, oh, I really like that, was using the Barocco Modern Cotton, which is actually a worsted weight.
Which we stock in the
Which
store.
we stock
which
in
was
the
like
store. Bonus. So it's bottom up. So it's a really deep sort of royal purple, because I am the Grand Duchess of enabling.
And purple is a royal color.
And purple is a royal color, so it totally fits.
It used to be. It's not so much.
Yeah, anymore. I think this particular color, I believe, has been discontinued by Barocco.
Yep.
Yeah.
So don't ask Angela what color it is because we can't get it for you anymore. I'm
Nope.
sorry.
I bought the last 5 skeins.
It's like
In fact, I had to wrestle
such a great purple too.
Jen to the floor for the final one because once I heard it was discontinued, I was like, I need to buy all 5 just in case I run out. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to run out.
Yeah. But it'll be nice to have an extra in case
Just
you
in
do.
case.
Because
I can't get it
we
anymore.
can't get that one. I know it's such a good purple too.
I know.
It's such a dark purple, and it's on the blue, leans a little bluer, that it's almost like an indigo, but not quite. It's really lovely.
Gorgeous. So I'm in this, my decreases are done. It's got a little bit of an A-line point to the sides. So my decreases are done, and I'm just knitting them around for like 13 inches.
Nice.
I'm pretty close. The last time I checked, I was like at
cruising.
11.
Look at that. That's really
And so
lovely.
I have to double check the pattern and then go looking through Ravelry. So Ravelry is great. Like if people modify patterns and put notes in their pattern sections, you can go find them or read up on them.
Yep.
I know there was some discussion about raising up where you break for the arm, for the front and the back.
Okay.
So there's less...
Making a deeper armhole?
No, making it
a
shorter.
shallower armhole.
Because that's pretty deep.
Yeah, it is.
And so if I'm wearing it by itself, I probably want it closer to where the
so you
undershirt.
don't have to wear something underneath
Exactly.
it. Especially if you're wearing it for work.
Exactly. So I understand that there's some modifications. So I may actually want to knit, I think if I understand the modifications correctly, I want to knit like another inch and then make this a little bit shorter. So I need to read through this section really good to figure out how they do their decreases, to figure out how I need to modify that. Or I could, like I do with everything else, just wing it and know that my row gauge is always super off. So
Except for that if you wing it, you're going to have to take notes so that you can make it symmetrical.
I meant wing it by just following the pattern.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Because I am a tight knitter, and where that comes is that I tend to have shorter stitches. So my row gauge is always off, and it's always short. So patterns that say knit this for 5 rows, approximately 1 inch, mine will be like 3/4 of an inch, and so I have to add more rows. I prefer patterns that tell me knit for 12 inches because that's going to give me the right shaped garment. So anyway, so I have to go do that research and then really just sit and focus on the pattern to figure out if...
Well, the other thing we can do is we can check your row gauge, and then we can do a little math to figure out you know, how quickly you want that to change in a shorter amount of time.
Right.
So.
And it's got a pretty good schematic. Sometimes if it,
That's nice, yeah.
So that it's got the schematic there for how deep that's supposed to be. So yeah, I just want to shorten that up. So anyway, stay tuned for the next exciting installment of Angela Goes Off Pattern. It's okay, I got Kelly to help me. Never fear, Kelly is here. But so I've been cruising on this.
You really have, yeah. It's really pretty.
I know I did make some comments in last week's podcast along the lines of, I'm just going to get that changes shawl finished, and if I just work on it all weekend, I'll be done with it. Have not worked on it at all. I got distracted with other stuff.
I know.
It's totally fine. This weekend. No, just kidding. Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind that descent sweater that really just needs an arm knit. One sleeve. One sleeve. That's all it needs. And some steeking.
I've been cruising along on my crochet sweater.
Nice. Let's
I've made
see
a lot of
it.
progress since you guys last saw it.
Can't wait.
All of the color part is done, and I started a sleeve, and so I've got.
Oh my God, Kelly. Wow.
Yep. So I've got one sleeve started, and I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to do it. I'll probably do long sleeves, because it has like 3/4 sleeves. And then it has a button band too.
That is awesome.
So that's the front, the opening, and then there's the back. So you do a fun shell stitch in, I did 3 colors. So there's the orange, the teal, and then this is a really dark charcoal.
Those look awesome together.
Yeah, so that was really fun. This is the Barocco Ultra Wool DK. So it's a 100% superwash wool. And then there's the arm, the sleeve that I started. So
Are you spiraling?
No. Nope. I'm not.
Kelly actually knows how to crochet.
I'm doing actual individual rounds.
As opposed to the crochet hacker that's sitting right next to her.
Sometimes for some things you do spiral. But nope, I'm
she's actually doing
I'm
it the
following
way
the
it's
directions
supposed
on
to be
this
done.
one. So won't be too long, and then I will have that done, and then I've got to decide what I want to do for buttons.
Cool.
But yeah.
Super fun. It's super fast because
Yeah.
when I saw you on Sunday, you hadn't quite got to this point yet.
Yeah, because I've got a long torso, so I have to usually add length to the body, and also my row gauge was a little bit less than what was called for in the pattern, so I knew I was going to have to add some extra anyway. My actual stitch gauge was on, and that was fine, which is usually where I try to, it's easier to adjust how tall something is than so I do have a mistake in here, but I wasn't going to take it out when I realized it. So the the shell stitch is 7 triples or trebles, depending on how you like to say it. And I have one down here that's only 5, and I don't know how and why I did it. It's this one. It's hard. It's hard to tell though, and it's down kind of on. It'll be on my hip, so most people aren't gonna notice. But I saw it and I was like, dang it.
Yeah.
But it's fine. And I looked at it and I was like, yep, I'm not going back, because I had already done that row and started the return row. So I was like, I'm not going to pull that all out. I mean, I could have, and it wouldn't have taken me that long to redo it. But
You're like, I mean, that's the thing with mistakes sometimes is you're making a calculation about whether it's going to be noticeable, and if it's not going to be noticeable, and if it doesn't bother you.
Mm-hmm. And it was easy enough just to, so on the return row back, because it was, you have to kind of center your stitches over that shell, because you're doing, triple, double, half double, single as you're going up and over. There's actually 3 singles along that top, so I just did 1 single and took out the 2 other singles on both sides, so that it made the nice arch. So
nice.
You really don't even
out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's when I noticed it, because I was going along, I'm like, something's not working out here.
You're like, that's not right.
Yeah, so there it is.
Nice.
So it's fun. It's coming along. So now I got to do the sleeves. Darn it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I cast on the blackberry shawl.
Oh, did you?
I did. I showed the yarn for it last week.
Mm-hmm.
And was lamenting about how we didn't have any US 6s in the store. And I did go home and check, and I found 1 extra pair of tips that are 6s that weren't in use. So I decided to use them. I wasn't sure that if they were going to work that well with the mohair, but they've been fine. So
good.
They are the carbons. Because they do actually have an interchangeable set of carbons in the smaller sizes. I think the 6 is the biggest that it went up to. It was like
2
through 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I had that same set.
Yep. So here is.
So pretty.
Thank you. That's the wrong side.
Yeah.
The blackberry shawl. So, and that's blackberry is 2
Space.
words.
Yeah, there's a space.
I know there was some folks trying to find that pattern, and they were running into some issues.
That was me, because somebody's like, oh, what is that shawl pattern? I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's blackberry, but I looked it up under one word.
Yep.
And Ravelry's like, nope.
No.
And I'm like,
Sometimes Ravelry will be like, did you mean? And I was like, yes.
Yeah, I know.
did.
But it didn't for that one, which I was really surprised about.
So it's the blackberry shawl. I have linked to my pattern page in the show notes, which will take you to the correct pattern if that's easier for you to do. So this is a fingering weight shawl with mohair rows in between the different garter and lace sections. It's super fun. I cast this on Sunday, maybe Monday. And so it's fast, but like, most top-down shawls, the first part's really fast anyway.
You're cruising along, and then all of a sudden
it's like an hour to do a whole row. But it's really fun. It's pretty easy to do while there's other stuff going on, or watching TV or something like that. I did decide to not carry the fingering weight yarn up the side because on the mohair rows, I actually tried it for one section and I was like, that looks kind of weird, because they're so different in size that you could really see the fingering running up the side of it. So I'll have lots of ends to weave in, but that's fine.
Yeah,
not as many as the changes shawl. So that's basically my baseline these days for ends woven in. So here it is. So we're gonna start a knit along for this shawl, because I think it's super fun and it's super beautiful and a great summer shawl, I think. So we're gonna do the blackberry shawl along, and shawl along. I already put pages up on Ravelry in our Ravelry group for this. I said that it was going to start on the 15th, which is next week. Whips are allowed. So if you've already started this project,
or you just can't wait any longer and you have to cast it on,
totally fine. Go for it. So whips welcome. It is pattern specific, so it is just for this pattern. And I'm going to run it through, I think I did early July 11th maybe. I can't remember right now. Did I put it in there? Yep, July 11th. I checked the calendar. That's a Thursday.
I didn't
or a
check
Wednesday.
the calendar for mine.
So anyway, come join for the Blackberry Along. That's part of the reason why the drizzle is on Weekly Pick this week. And I went through the store.
These are so fun.
They're so fun. I put together some color combinations to show you guys. And I think the way we're going to do this, so the way our inventory system is set up, I can't actually put these together as kits on the website for you to go out to the website and buy the colors you see.
It'd be a little bit of a pain.
And Kelly would get really mad at me, and I don't want to have to do it. So she doesn't want me to do it either, because I'd probably mess it up. But anyway, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you a bunch of color combinations. We're also going to take pictures of these color combinations, and we're going to post them onto the Must Love Yarn Instagram account. And
we'll number them.
We're going to number them. So we'll know, so you can email us or call us if you're not local and say, is Blackberry color number 5 still available? And if it is, then we can email you an invoice for the actual yarn that's in that color combo. I think that's the simplest way to do this.
Or we can just do over the phone orders.
Yeah.
Because some of the yarns are like local.
Yeah, and they're not on our website. Exactly. So keep an eye out with the ones I'm going to show you. Like I said, we'll take pictures and they'll go up on the Must Love Yarn Instagram page, so you can look at them more slowly or closer. And so I hope I've put together some color combinations that folks will like. So my reading of the pattern is this takes 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn and 25 grams of mohair. So you would need 1 skein of the drizzle and 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn. Now, the yarn that the designer used for the pattern, is 398 yards. So I don't know how much of the second skein she uses. So what I don't know, because I haven't finished the pattern, is if you had a skein that was like 440 yards, or if it was 475 yards, do you actually need 2 skeins?
Yeah.
Or do you just break into the second one? So
I like when they actually list the yardages used.
Yeah.
Makes it a little easier.
Yeah. So I don't know. So going by what the pattern says, you need 2 skeins if you want to live dangerously. Buy one. Try it with one. And maybe just go till you start to run out and call it good.
Yeah.
You could do that too. Because it would be a little bit of investment with 2 skeins of fingering and mohair, though the drizzle's $10. The stuff I'm going to show you is somewhere, $25 to $30 a skein. So just, so you know what project, but, all right. So combination number 1 that I put together. This is some of our Kingdom Fleece and Fiberworks. This is their Holstein in the Stardust colorway. So this is a Superwash BFL nylon blend. And I thought that would pair very nicely with this bubblegum pink color.
The color would work. There's 2 other colors that would work and would be really pretty.
Yep.
That would be pretty because there's actually some rust in
there. Yep. And actually the green.
That one would be really fun too.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yep. Just saying.
Or if you want to go really subtle,
yeah,
you can do that. Oh, there's so many good options.
Oh, I know. But so anyway, so we're going to show you some colors to give you some inspirations. We have our Wonderland Yarns Local Yarn Shop Day colorways. So this is these beautiful purples. Mm-hmm. And again, if you're going for subtle, we have this really beautiful navy blue. Mm-hmm. I don't even know what the best way is to show. There we go. Navy blue.
Yep. And if you wanted brighter, you could do like that one. Mm-hmm. There's some really fun combinations you can do.
Yep. So there's one of those. Let's see what else. All kinds of fun stuff in here.
More
Kingdom Fleece and Fiberworks. This is her satin singles in...
some of them aren't named.
Doesn't seem to be named. Colorway. So again, lots of different colors in there. I paired it with this nice purple.
That's fun.
But you could, that rust color that Kelly keeps
work, yeah.
Pulling up would work. This one I really like.
I like that one too.
So again, apparently I went to the Kingdom Fleece wall.
We've got a lot of her.
So this is the Oz colorway on her Holstein. So with that green, but look at what's there. It looks
like copper and copper patina. You know, those 2 together. That's fun.
Yep.
That's like right up my alley. I love that.
I love these colorways. If somebody else doesn't buy it, I might.
I know, right?
Right. So anyway, so that's super fun. I love that rust color. We've got, part of the trick too is finding 2 skeins. This Madeline Tosh colorway. So this is the high-low colorway. And I thought that was really pretty. You could also pair this with a gray. Very nice, like a charcoaly gray would be really pretty.
We've got a couple grays in the drizzle. We've got a really light, very pale gray. If you wanted to keep it really light.
Yep.
Or we could that one too, which would
look really nice
too.
Yep. Oh, the purple. Oh, the purple. Okay. From our Fiber Stash friends, this is the chestnut colorway. And I paired that with this.
Very bright pop.
The little bright pop there would look kind of good. Very monochromatic. Kind of retro-y looking.
Blocky.
Yep. Yep, so that was a fun one. All right, more Kingdom Fleece and Fiberworks.
That one's pretty too. That's really soft.
This is Spring Crocus is the colorway. And I actually grabbed one of her mohair colors. So this is a larger skein than what you need. So this is the Beth colorway. So this is a 50-gram skein of mohair. So you would have a lot of extra left over. But on the off chance that you only needed 1 skein, you could get 2 shawls. Or you could knit something else with it. So anyway, that's love those color combinations. All right, we got some Happy Feet, which would be super fun. This is the lipstick colorway with that sugar bush drizzle. Be super fun, super bright.
Yeah.
Loving it. Okay, what else do we got down here? I'm almost done. A couple more. I was having a lot of fun. We've got Malabrigo. This is the Azulas. So purples and greens, and I paired it with this.
Ooh.
Mm.
It's kind of fun.
It's kind of fun, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But you could equally pair this with
That
that
the
one,
purple or the navy.
Or the purple. Or, right, the navy.
There was one down in here somewhere. I don't know where it went. But
Yeah.
anyway,
It's
you get the idea.
You get the
I'm
drift.
just dumping yarn all over the
And then I have another monochromatic one. So this is the Ravelry Red colorway from Malabrigo with the gray.
I like that.
And a really sort of a more sophisticated color palette.
Mm-hmm. That's
Should
fun.
be super fun. So those are some suggestions. So we'll get some color pictures taken of those.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get them up on our Instagram page. And maybe we could even figure out a way to do them as like a blog post once we get them numbered. So you can let us know if you're interested in any of those color combinations. So everything with the Kingdom Fleece you can find on our website. So like the ones that are the Mad Tosh or the Malabrigo or the Happy Feet, those yarns you could put that together yourself.
Yep. And Fiber Stash.
Stash. The Kingdom Fleece is not on the website.
No.
But anyway, so there's some suggestions if you're interested in joining us for that knit along. I think it'll be fun. There's a couple colorways in there that I was like, ooh, those are super fun.
They are fun.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I've been working on.
I cast on something new. I'll take these 3 stitches back off so I can show.
Okay.
I just cast this on today.
Like 2 minutes before we were gonna start podcasting.
Yeah, like when Ange was walking through the door. This is the yarn that I was balling up. So I've had my eye on this for a while, and it was actually her Cormo that I really had my eye on. But Tammy from Wing and a Prayer Farm, she natural dyes her yarn, and it's really lovely. So that is her tag, and her daughter just redid her logo last year, which is so cute.
So cute.
And this is her Taconic Twist, and it is wool and mohair. Look, it's my handwriting.
Nice.
Carol and I went down there and helped her like tag and scan a bunch of stuff.
Nice.
So it's Cotswold, Wensleydale, and Merino for the wools, and then it has mohair in it as well. And it's kind of like a sport DK. It's 100 grams, 260 yards. So Tammy has Wing and a Prayer Farm down in Shaftesbury. And look.
And the cutest little black nose sheep.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Lambs.
Yes.
They're just adorable.
They are so cute. So she had a couple of her, I think, what was it, Wensleydale?
I think so.
Ewes bred and to the Black Nose Valet.
Oh my god, they're so cute.
And they've been voted like the cutest sheep in the world.
Yeah.
So
for good reason.
Yeah. So she's going to be part of that breeding program for that
Awesome.
breed of sheep. So I am using 2 colors, and they're both dyed with madder. So this is the madder exhaust. So this is, when after yarn's been dyed, like, so the really bright stuff. You can keep dyeing. So this is really, really, really pale, but there is color on there. From way back here, it doesn't look like it, but so it's just got a hint of pink to it. So
Nice.
those are the 2 that I'm using, and it would be helpful if I actually told you what I'm making. I'm making the Earthshine cowl.
Nice.
Which I really lately have been wearing a lot of these pieces, like, the crochet bandana style, the Paris and Berlin by Hohi Locatelli that I made. So I've been really I like to wear shawls, but sometimes you just want to not have to fuss with them. So a piece that's joined like this. So this starts as like a crescent shawl, and then when it's big enough, you join it, and then work it the rest of the way in the round.
Nice.
So you start with your main color and then your contrast color, and then partway through it flips, and so the main color will be this little garter ridge accent, and the contrast color will be this part.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice.
So it's fun. So it's just one skein of each. Should be enough. I did get 2 of the light color just in case I needed more, but I should be good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I know.
I just wound up some more yarn today too. The Swift and ball winder got a lot of use in a short period of time.
Yes, I did.
So I was winding up, and I know this yarn is going to look very familiar.
I thought you showed that on the last podcast.
I don't know. This is the DK weight version of the yarn I'm using for my blackberry shawl.
Which is Kingdom Fleece and Fiber Works.
It's still Kingdom Fleece and Fiber Works. It's just this is her DK.
That's the muscle of yarn color she did when she came to the trunk show.
Because when I was editing the podcast last week.
That was last week.
Abigail came over and was sitting with me, and she said, "Will you make me a pink sweater?" And I said, "Okay." And I was kind of thinking through my head, I might have some yarn here. And about that time, I was showing the yarn that I had caked up for the blackberry shawl. She goes, "I want that yarn."
She's got good taste.
She does have good taste. And I went, I think Kelly just told me there was some DK weight in there. So I bought the DK version to make her a sweater. I did get the small person's approval for the sweater. As of earlier this week, this was the acceptable sweater, subject to change, because she's not quite 3. So if you know anything about 3-year-olds, they're super fun. So I'm going to do the Granny's Favorite,
So cute.
Which is a cute little cardigan. This is the same designer who did the Milo vest. So if you're familiar with the Milo vest, it's Georgie Hallam. It's the same woman. So it's a really big size range. It's very customizable. You can do, this length sleeve. You can use full sleeve. You can do short sleeves. And with it being open for most of it, it just buttons at the top. If I make the torso longer, she should get a lot of wear out of it.
It's not a long sleeve.
Might get a couple of years out of it, which would be good. Both of my kids seem to be tall this way and not super wide this way.
On their growth spurts.
Just
shoot up.
Yeah, so as long as I add some extra length in the torso and maybe start the sleeves as long, and then they can eventually be sort of 3/4 when she gets a little bit bigger. I think that'll be fine, and that it doesn't button all the way down, so it should be wearable for a lot longer.
Mm-hmm. It's cute. It's really cute.
Thank you. So I just picked up some needles because, surprise, this takes 6s.
More 6s.
More 6s. So I'd like to get that started because little people sweaters go really quick, particularly if they're sort of DK and on 6s. So get that going.
Nice.
Yeah. A lot of the same colorway though, but it's fine. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful knit up.
It's really pretty.
Pinks and purples. So anyway, so that's in the hopper as well.
Excellent.
Yeah. And what else? So I had, other upcoming projects. I talked about Magical Thinking last week. That's still, I want to do that. I kind of get these other things going. Little Red Pullover. I actually wound the yarn for that. And I've been carrying it around in my bag because I wound it at the same time I wound the yarn for Gretel. And I haven't cast it on because I needed US 3s. And when I was getting ready to cast it on, we didn't have the tips for the 3s. We probably do now, though, right? So I should go pick those up. So Little Red... Oh, that's not the right pattern. I have too many patterns in my bag. So Little Red Pullover is Mina Phillips Knitting Expat. And I'm pretty sure that that Abigail likes this because she likes Layla, and so she's like, well, of course I want that sweater. It's Layla.
That's so cute.
I know, isn't that
That's
adorable?
Really cute.
So this is yarn that I picked up at the retreat from Fiber Stash.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I've showed it
really
before,
pretty.
but it's all wound up. Let me show you guys again. So the main color is purple, and the contrast color stripes are the sparkle stripes.
Dawdle and Ursula.
Ursula.
Yep.
Yep. So that's in the works as well. Well, the yarn's caked. I had a needle stumbling block with the 3s. So we'll pick up those tips today, and then maybe I can pick that one up too. See how many projects I can have on the needles at one time.
Yeah.
Woo woo. Yeah. I still want to do I have all the yarn for that throwback sweater. The tundra sweater, I can't remember what that is now. I can't remember. I think it's some sort of colorwork sweater. The no frills sweater. I'm still eyeballing that. I'm trying to decide if I want to do that with mohair or not.
Gotcha.
I have some pretty wild Peggy Jane Fibers yarn that would probably
that's right.
be beautiful as a no frills with mohair, which would tamp down the wild colors a little bit.
Yep. That would be cool.
But I feel like I should stop caking yarn for a little bit and just knit through some of these projects and then cake more yarn.
Yeah.
So, and maybe change a shawl. Free up a sweater bag before I start another sweater. You know, priorities. Priorities.
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot else.
No, I've got... I keep thinking I need to finish some Kelly Crank sub tubes for me, and I had started the cuff on one and finished the cuff, and I was going to do the cuff on the next one and then figure out where I was going to place the heel and then figure out the toe situation. But do you think that I've picked up that at all? No. Now that I probably could finish this weekend. To have a pair of socks.
There you go. I did finish my husband's socks, but he kind of made off with those, and
yeah.
So I didn't bring them to show. But those were full circular sock knitting machine socks.
Yeah.
Which you guys saw them mostly done last week, so.
Yep.
But he tried them on. He was like, they fit perfect. And I was like, excellent.
Sweet. That's what we like to hear.
I know.
Awesome. I may have some more yarn for you to crank, because I may or may not have bought the mustache yarn. May the 4th colorways. They're matching. They come in matching cakes.
Nice.
But those are perfect for tube winding because they'll still match.
Right.
So we'll see. In the Last Jedi colorway and the Rey colorway. I'm very excited.
Cool.
Very excited.
Did you get it yet?
No, but it's shipped. I think it's coming from Texas, so however long it takes to come from Texas. So I should have it for next week's podcast, and I can show it. Very excited. For anybody who's not a Star Wars nerd, May the 4th is a play on May the Force be with you. May the 4th be with you. So lots of people do Star Wars stuff. May or may not have got a few birthday presents for people on Zulily because they have all of their Star Wars stuff out in full force on May 4th.
That's
so,
funny.
Yep. May or may not have taken care of Father's Day as well. I was busy this weekend.
Sweet.
Checking things off my list. Check. So anyway, it's just a goofy Star Wars holiday that nerdy people like myself have come to love. And
I know, I realized after I was like, oh, my hair's long enough now, I should have done Princess Leia buttons.
No, you totally could have.
I was on the day I was teaching too.
That would be funny.
I know, it would have been really funny.
I should crochet myself some Princess Leia buns. There are patterns on Ravelry to do just that.
I am sure there are. I am sure. I have no doubt in my mind.
There's also a Yoda ears hat.
Yep, I could see that too.
Yep. Anywho. So I should also be getting, I think it shipped Monday. So I should have it maybe today. The next installment of the Indie Untangled Where We Knit Kit Club.
Yeah.
So that was the hat, the distill hat that I did. That was the first installment. The second installment shipped on Monday.
Nice.
Actually got the pattern and the coupon code for that.
Oh, cool.
So it is a knit cowl scarf. I think we're going to see these start to be quite a bit more popular.
They're so easy to wear.
Yeah.
They're just really, really easy to wear.
So I can, when I get the yarn, I will show that as well. I know I had gotten, there was at least one question from somebody about the distill hat pattern and they couldn't find it. It's because it's not available yet to purchase, because that's a part of that club. I think, I was trying to remember if it was a 3 months after it's released or 6 months after it's released is usually how those work. So it will be available down the road for folks to purchase. It's just not available now. That's the downside of the clubs.
Yeah.
For folks who didn't hit the clubs when it was released.
Yeah, they gave it some exclusivity.
Yep. So, anyway, so I'll show that because that'll probably get wound up and cast on because when I saw the pattern, I was like, ooh, ooh,
Nice,
pretty.
very cool.
Yeah. All right. So, I hope you will consider joining our couple cowls we've got going on.
Right, yes, because we do have the crochet along too. Ange already talked about the knit along that's happening.
Yes.
We do have the crochet along, which started last week.
Yes.
Whips count. If you're doing smaller items, just group a few together for an entry. But if you want to do multiple littles, then just
and that crocheted basket that the person showed
cool.
was awesome.
Yeah, I know. I want to do that. I was thinking about getting some. I've seen them done in like a super bulky, so I thought about getting some of our super bulky and doing one. That'd be kind of fun for storage basket because they look really pretty. You do have to crochet them at a tight gauge, but they are nice.
Yep.
So
awesome.
You can do them all different sizes for different storage things.
Yep.
So yeah, check out the chatter thread because people are posting some of the stuff they're working on. There's
where the humpback whale pattern is.
Where the humpback whale pattern is, and there's some other fun stuff that people are starting to post. So if you need some inspiration, I should put together a bundle too.
Yeah.
For stuff that I've been finding.
Nice.
Along the way, but
nice.
Yeah.
I have not found the angry Stormtrooper yet. As soon as I find Angry Stormtrooper, I will take a picture. I'll show them on the podcast, but I'll take a picture and throw them up in the chatter thread too because it's ridiculous looking.
I remember when you were working on this.
I know. I found that bag. It's got all the bits in it. I should pick that back up again as I'm trying to.
Didn't it have a little Yoda in it too?
Yeah, Yoda. It had the
Chewbacca. To have a Chewbacca.
Well, it had so it's the Star Wars kits, and it comes with yarn to make 2 of the characters, and then there's
all
a whole
the
pattern
book
book
to do. Yeah.
Right. So the yarn that came with the kit was for a Stormtrooper and for Yoda.
Okay.
But yes, there's patterns in there for a whole bunch of different characters, and there's 2 or 3 different volumes of it now because there's been so many Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
But I couldn't really justify buying another one until I actually finished or used the first one because then it just kind of feels like I'm buying stuff to buy it.
Yeah.
As opposed to like I'm actually using this. So.
Yeah.
But. I have a couple. I mean, I had that other like crochet cowl thing that I started that got twisted that I was gonna rip out.
Oh yeah.
I should rip that out and start it again. Now that I know what I'm doing.
I know. Right? Now that you're a pro.
Ridiculous. Now that I got this in the bag, Or as William likes to say, Mom, I totally know how to knit. Yeah, how's your headband coming, William?
Oh, that's funny.
He is funny. He's super funny.
I wonder where he gets it from.
I have no idea. It's a mystery. Total mystery. Yeah. All right. Well, that's probably about all I got.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. This cow's going really fast.
Noise.
Although, just like you were talking about in the beginning, shawls in the beginning.
Yeah.
You feel like you're a hero because you're like cruising.
Cruising. Wow. And then very quickly you're like, wow.
300 stitches and you're like, oh my gosh, this row took me half an hour to do. Yep.
That would be true. So I think all systems are a go for next week.
Cool. Yeah, I think next week is fine on... Oh. No. I think we're fine.
Okay.
There's so many sales reps that have been coming in that I have to... But I think next week's fine.
Okay. Well, we'll check that off camera.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we won't bore you with those details.
For some reason, people don't find it boring, but that's okay. We'll take it off camera anyway.
We will.
Nobody needs to see us schedule a meeting.
No. Nope.
All right. Well, till next week.
Mm-hmm.
We hope everybody has a great weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Mother's Day if you are a mother.
Right. Yep. Sunday. In the States, anyway.
Yep, in the States.
I think Britain already had theirs. Theirs was
so
earlier in the year
I think so
than
too.
ours.
Yep. And until next week. See you later.
Bye.
Because this is just ridiculous at this point. So should I rip it back? Is it fixable or should I rip it back?
I mean, since you're going to be wearing it kind of scrunched up, it's not going to be noticeable. So it's up to you. I mean, you could just keep on happily spiraling if you want.
I'm fine with spiraling. Because I mean, it can end it in the back, and if did you do the picot edge?
So I didn't really follow after I kind of went rogue.
Yeah, like mine's totally. You can see it right there that it's. I've gone super rogue, and instead of crochet, I'm crocheting like you knit in the round, which is spiral, not discrete rows.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine how I ended up with an angry stormtrooper. Because that was in the round. All right, well, I'm just going to keep going. I don't know what happened.
It's not, you won't see it while you're wearing it.
I don't think anybody's going to care. And no. I'm pretty sure there's no crochet police either.
No.
Pretty sure.
There are some people that might pretend to be crochet police, but they don't have the credentials.
Because I think with well, there's that too. Show me your badge. I think with the humpback whale problem, I could almost be done. Because there's enough, I mean, there's quite a bit of extra fabric there.
It's really how you want to wear it. And it looks cute.
Thank you.
Yeah, it does. It looks cute. It's
so
pretty with your...
It matches my color palette today, doesn't it?
It does.
So I identified for Kelly, because this is totally outtake material. I identified for Kelly what part of the issue was with the cowl. The humpback part that was just me. But the triangle portion is really kind of oddly shaped compared to what other people have done, including somebody who posted in the crochet along picture, a picture in the chatter thread. So apparently, half double crochets and double crochets are two different stitches. Who knew? And I thought the stitch I was doing was the double crochet stitch. So all of this, but it was actually half double crochet. Who knew? So this whole thing is done in half double crochet when it's supposed to be done in double crochet, which is why my stitches are really tiny and tight, and Kelly just thought, and short, Kelly just thought I was being a tight crocheter, which I was a little bit, though I find that my stitches are a lot looser because you can't be super tight or you can't pull the hook through.
It's miserable. Yeah. It's really miserable.
So anyway, a wrong stitch. Basically, this is just my adaptation of that pattern at this point, which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
It's fine.
And then
it was inspiration and
inspired by, and I believe I can actually put that in the Ravelry, which is probably what I'm going to have to do at this point because it's just. But then when I got to the crochet in the round part, that's awesome.
Bendita.
I'm spiraling. It's fine. It's totally fine. Anyway, that's a little hot because it's tighter weave. But anyway, so I still can't crochet. So I can crochet. I can't read a pattern. I'm just winging it. You guys know that. I wing it with my knitting. I'm just not clever enough to fully wing it with my crocheting.
Hey, it's all about consistency.
Exactly.
You were consistent with your half double crochet.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah. I did exactly the same thing all the way through.
Yeah. It just, the size and the shape will be a little bit different, but hey.
That's what makes it unique and
it looks pretty while you were wearing it, so.
Thank you. And that might also explain why the yarn was not doing the same color things that it was on yours. Because I was half double crocheting instead of crocheting. Double crocheting. It's all crochet. You're welcome, crocheters everywhere. It's ridiculous is what that is.
That show, What Not to Wear, it kind of reminds me of How Not to Crochet.
How Not to Crochet. I might have to make that the title of this podcast. How Not to Crochet.
And Angela knows that I mean that lovingly.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's hysterical. Yeah, don't do what I do. Don't be like me.
How would Angela crochet?
We should make up wristbands. What would Angela do? Because if you missed the part, I can't remember if we turned the camera on or not, but I asked Kelly, can I fix this or should I rip it out? And we had I'm just going to go with it.
I think you should. I think it's fine.
It'll have a little kind of a weird jog in the back, which I could probably tack down.
Yeah.
Like that when I get done and in it back.
Just do a slip stitch, so when you come back around, slip stitch back down to like there and you'll be fine.
Problem solved.
I mean, it'll have a little bit of a little slant there, but
it's not
if
like
anybody's looking.
It's not like I'm going to be entering it into any sort of crochet competition.
You're not putting that one in the fair.
I should submit it to the fair. If I win a blue ribbon, I'm literally beat my pants laughing.
Oh my gosh.
Can you even imagine? Best in show! What? Who is judging this? Okay. Now that I have that out of my system. Jeez. Yeah, so that was super, super funny. Oh, so an other thing that we were talking about before we went on camera, we actually had a whole little, vignette at the front of the store when I first came in that would have been awesome to
Angela
catch.
makes an entrance.
I did. I made a grand entrance of epic proportions.
At least you didn't fall on your face or,
Today, no. Not today. So one of our lovely viewers who we adore very much, Jane, made some suggestions about some appropriate titles for Kelly and myself. So Jane, perhaps I'm going to protest slightly and say I will consent if it is the Duchess of Enabling as opposed to Dame.
Okay.
And I want a sash.
You just better be careful.
No, just setting myself up here. But I totally am on board with the Kelly acquisitions. What did she say that you were at the I have to look it up again.
Yeah, I have to look it up too.
Here, I'll look. I just looked it up earlier because I was trying to get it right. Oops, that's Pinterest. That's not YouTube. Okay, where did that go? Wah, wah, wah.
There she is.
Oh yes. You have a seat at the High Court of Acquisitions,
It's probably accurate.
and I'm apparently the Grand Dame of Enabling, Duchess of Enabling. And you have a winner, and I'm going to add it to my signature on my.
You know,
email.
the Jester's also got a place in court too, so
That could also,
apply to me.
or me, today, for sure, with crocheting. The court jester of crochet. No? I would wear a jester hat. That'd be awesome.
You could crochet one.
Don't tempt me.
Because that you could have a lot of fun with.
Because that is supposed to be wonky.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could do some funky things with it.
All right.
That's the fun thing with crochet. You can do a lot of cool shapes with it.
All right. I probably do need a pattern. I probably can't wing something. Well, maybe I could. I don't know.
Could.
Stay tuned. The court jester of
You
crochet.
could do like a really fun freeform one. That'd be really cool.
Okay. Duly noted. I will take it under advisement.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do one more little thingy here with my double crochet. It's ridiculous. And it may also be that I couldn't really read that pattern that well. It was probably just me.
Yeah, I knew you were having some struggles with
Some
it.
struggles reading the pattern. And I think pretty much the text I sent Kelly was, clearly this pattern is written wrong. So I'm just winging it.
I don't know if I even responded
You didn't.
to that
You just
one.
ignored me. I was like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, I think that was pretty much my text. I'm like, yeah, I think there's a mistake in this pattern. But I just am making it up as I go along. Silence.
Crickets.
From Kelly. Clearly it's the pattern's fault. Clearly. Oh my goodness. All right, we probably should get this show on the road since I just co-opted like 10 minutes, more than 10 minutes talking about nonsense. Wah, wah. Okay, I think I am back. So if I do one more and then slip stitch, like Kelly said, we'll see what that looks like. Wah, 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 wah. I think I'm double crocheting now. Don't tell me if I'm not. I don't want to know.
You're double crocheting.
Okay.
No, you're doing excellent.
Yeah. And then if I just slip stitch like in here.
Yeah, I think so. You can try it and see what it looks like. I think it's fine.
Look at her.
Yeah, I think that'll be. Because it's in the back, so nobody's going to see it anyway. It's going to be all scrunched down. Okay.
I think it's fine.
Guys, I have a crochet finished object. Give me 2 seconds. And let me pull this thread through.
I know you don't have to bind off with crochet either.
I know, it's already bounded off. It's self-binding off. We should just do the whole podcast like this. And just listen, let me just yammer on about crochet nonsense. I am ahead of the game because I got my scissors out. Generally, I will sit here for 5 minutes trying to break the yarn before remembering that it is cotton, and you cannot do that very easily.
Some you can. Some is better. Some is easier than others. As long as it doesn't have silk or nylon in it. Woo.
Wah, wah.
Very nice.
You can't even tell it has a humpback when it's like that.
You can't.
There's the back. It's fine. That'll block out.
Yep, block right out.
That'll block right out. There.
Nice. I like it. I love the colors.
Thank you.
Very pretty.
Quite a bit of yarn left. Which
Yeah.
might all... Did you have a quite
No,
a bit?
I used a lot. I used as much as I could because I made mine taller. So
Okay.
I think my triangles, well, because I double crocheted. And so you use a little bit more. And I had just like a little ball left because I wanted to use a lot of it. So I just kept going, and I didn't mind having it so it would be really scrunchy around my neck.
I think that's good.
I like it. It's going to go with a lot of your stuff because you've got a lot of blues and purples in your...
Yuppers. Well, maybe I can make the humpback whale out of the rest of this. Somebody was kind enough to post a humpback whale.
That was
pattern.
great. I know. So if you go to the chatter thread, there's a really cool crocheted
It was
humpback
actually
whale.
really cool. Super cool. All
And
right.
she even linked to a knit one
Yeah, I know. That was very nice of her.
for non-crocheters.
See, look, it'll even go with this thing. It'll go with all this stuff.
Hmm.
Amazing.
Amazing. Wow, you're really cruising along on that.
Yeah. I had a 3-hour meeting on Monday. This is perfect meeting knitting.
Yeah.
So, all right, 15 minutes in. I have to update show notes for what I'm wearing.
Yeah, I was like, I bet she's not wearing that today.
No, I forgot to take it out because I did show notes yesterday, and so I didn't know what I was going to wear today.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'll have to update. Just move the humpback whale cowl to the what's in progress to what we're wearing. And FOs. Since now I have an FO.
Right.
Right.
FO.
Woo woo. I should probably weave in those ends and then I really have a FO, but I'll do that later.
You can't even see them.
No, you can't.
So you're good.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
Totally fine.
All right. Are we ready?
Ready.
Okay.